Hello, everyone. I'm back. I have not been feeling too well. I don't have the Rona. I just don't know. I don't know what I have. I've been feeling seriously ill, but I am back. And be patient with me. I apologize. I am the Anxious Gamer Gal, and let's get started. So this is Fort Myers, Florida, Part 2. In my previous GTA video, I said Flagler Beach. I'm sorry. It's Fort Myers right now. But I will get to Flagler Beach, I promise you. All right, so a little recap.
You seem like law enforcement.
We remember this guy.
I happen to know law enforcement.
You do. So you're an expert in this area.
We know
No,
he knows law enforcement.
You come off as law enforcement.
Some are
I
surprisingly
remember this
candid.
guy.
They arrested me for possessing child pornography because I had nude pictures of her on my computer. They ended up dropping the charges.
Others tell us stories
The cowboy.
we've heard before.
Just more to say hi. That was
Just to say hi.
And one man does something so brazen,
There it
you have
is.
to see it to believe it.
You want to explain yourself?
But they all have something in common. Every one of them
Yeah,
chatted
this is who we saw
online
last
about
time.
having sex with a person posing as a young teen, made a date to meet, and then showed up at our undercover house.
A number of these individuals
Okay, we're just gonna fast forward through because we already know a lot of it with the perverted justice people, and we're gonna get to this guy.
And wait to be contacted by a grown-up. Once an adult starts
hear me drink my
messaging, a
coffee,
decoy
too.
will often pretend to be home alone and willing to have sex.
He has a case of perhaps Bud Light or something.
Over the course of 3 days, men
Light,
come
really?
knocking on our door, and our 13 hidden cameras record their every move. From the minute they turn onto our street until they walk into our living room, cameras are rolling, but the potential predators have no idea.
There he goes. He heard you. He's coming. He's coming fast.
This man shows up to a house he's never been to before to keep a date
That's
with
a
a
lot
girl
to carry
he's
on
never
one
met.
arm, bro.
He walks into the backyard and knocks on the wrong door. No one answers, so he makes a call. No one answers the phone either. Finally, he hears our decoy and heads inside.
Hey, I just had to change my shirt real quick, but just come in and watch some TV. I'll be right there.
Where you at?
I'm just gonna change my shirt real quick.
Like when?
That's a little creepy.
Although perverted justice members are actually the decoys who conduct the chats online, we hired this actress to pretend to be the girl alone in our house. She looks the part of a minor.
See, I
which is-
like that they did this with the decoys because it made it seem more genuine. Because I don't know if you remember the previous video. It's been a while. I apologize, but he still would have been arrested regardless. But he's like, oh, your hair, this looks different on you, that looks different on you, and I feel like they will catch more of these people when they make it more believable. Sometimes they're stupid enough to, be like, okay, whatever, you're 12, whatever. But I digress.
really 19.
Sit down on the chair and eat some cookies. I just have to change real quick.
The man who's come into our house is 23-year-old Raul Antonio Brenes.
He looks
Screen
older than
name
23.
Antonio 69929, an assembly worker. He met a
69.
girl posing as a 14-year-old online and asks her if she's ever had anal sex. She says no, and then he types, "Would you ever do it?" He also asks her,
"How many rounds can you last?
I don't know.
Would you be able to have sex and take a break until you get tired, or could it be an all-night thing?
I guess we'll see.
I just want to make sure you can handle me."
To
Dang.
keep his date, he actually got on a bus and rode across the state of Florida.
These are
Instead
so
of finding
gross.
a minor alone,
Thank
he
you,
meets me.
Charles
Why don't
Lee
you have a
LUV,
seat right over there,
for
please?
making this bearable.
Online, he told the girl he'd bring alcohol and spend the night. And look, he's brought beer and an overnight bag.
How was your bus ride?
Good.
How long were you
Yeah,
on the
good, I
bus?
bet. Mhm.
Wow, sir.
How many hours about?
About 4.
And
4
what else did
hours of a
Antonio
bus ride.
69929 bring with him?
Did you bring condoms with you?
It's in my bag. I always bring it with me.
You always bring condoms.
Yes, sir.
You show up with beer, you show up with condoms after a sexually charged online conversation at a home where you believe a 14-year-old girl is alone for the weekend. You say, "Are you sure you can handle me?" You ask her if she's cruel.
Do people still
about having
leave their
sex with you.
14-year-olds at home?
I'm guilty of whatever
I don't
is
know.
there, sir.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, I'm guilty of whatever is there.
And what could he be
I mean,
guilty
I was a
of in the
latchkey
state of
kid at
Florida?
some point.
Using the internet to attempt to solicit a
But I
minor
don't know.
for sex. A felony.
Not appropriate, officer.
Why did you do it?
Just me being dumb.
What do you think should happen to you?
Being really dumb and gross and
Well, he
disgusting.
won't be getting the death penalty, but he'll find out shortly he does have a date before a judge.
I'm printing out right now everything.
Perverted Justice has been sending the sexually explicit online chat logs between its decoys and the potential predators
Oh my
to
God,
the
they already
Fort
got
Myers
more
Police
lined up.
Department and state prosecutors. They're staked out in the guest house behind our house. In the case of Antonio 69929, there's enough evidence for an arrest.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on adults who try to meet children on the internet.
Yep, there we
So
go.
after I tell him he's going to
Nasty
be on
ass.
Dateline,
So you're free to leave.
Get on the ground. Get down.
Oh, he didn't even bring his
he
bag.
gets arrested and taken away in an unmarked police car. Then he's brought to this transfer station where he's searched.
You have any ID on you? Yeah, they have my wallet.
And he's taken to jail.
Good.
Watch your head when you get in.
The next morning, he appears before a judge, and bail is set.
There is probable cause as to all charges. There'll be a $40,000 bond composite.
Whew.
His story is only one in a long line of
What
potential
in
predators
tarnation?
who come knocking on our door.
7:30's here. Here he's coming in.
And as you'll
That's
see,
a big
some
house.
seem prepared to do things
That really
police
is.
find quite disturbing.
The one that bothered me the most was the guy that showed up with rope and duct tape in his vehicle.
What?
When we return, you'll meet that man.
He went down to the triangle at Avocado and made a right, so he's either circling back down Escala and coming up Riverside.
On the first day alone, 10 men show up at our undercover house in Fort Myers,
10
Florida,
men.
where supposedly a
10
young teen
perverts.
is home by herself and ready to have sex.
Here he comes, here he comes. Copy that. Wave him up. Get him in.
This is Brian Gosselin, screen
Oh,
name
God,
Bay
this
Jones.
creeper.
Hey, come on in. The door's open.
He's here to meet a girl who said online she was 15. He lied to her about his age, claiming to be 24. He's really 32. And based on what he had to say online, want to blank my brains out, it's not
Jeez.
hard to guess why he's here.
I got some wine coolers.
Wine coolers are just fine.
You weren't kidding when you said a big house.
I know, the house is beautiful. I love my house.
Yeah. Are you the only child?
Yeah. Oh, did you bring,
Oh, did you want
bring
more
protection?
victims?
Yeah.
Oh,
Ew.
dang.
Ew.
The only
way
bad
he says
news
it too
about
is,
that is you're probably not going to
Yeah.
need that type of protection tonight.
See, I knew this was going to be a setup.
You did?
Yeah.
How did you know that?
Just because of the way she was talking online.
Brian,
and you
what's your
still
last name?
came,
I don't have a
dipshit.
last name.
You
What?
don't have a last name.
And that's about all he's
Oh, I
willing
don't
to
have a
say.
last name. What is he like, Cher?
No, I'm not finished asking
Madonna?
questions yet. Sir?
I'm not wanted here.
7:30's here.
But
And
most
he ate
men
the
who show
cookie.
up at our house are willing to talk.
He is on the steps, opening the door.
Like this man, 30-year-old Kenneth Fortin.
Watch it, he's coming fast. He's in the kitchen, call out.
Hey, I'm in here.
He's been chatting online with a decoy posing as a
How did they not
15-year-old.
know?
He described
How did they not know when she's not meeting them at the door? I mean, I know it's a safety issue. Oh, there's my dog giving us the sounds of her people. How did they not know it's a setup at that point if she's not meeting them at the door and all you hear is like from like beyond in the house? I don't get it. At that point, my radar would have gone up if I was a pervert like these guys, but again. Okay.
Ives detailed plans for their sexual rendezvous. He says he likes to start with oral sex. After that, he asks her what position she'd like to try first. And he also asks if he can do more.
Can I tie you up?
What?
You got like ropes and stuff?
Yeah, I
Snakes
work
on a
construction,
girl.
So I have all kinds
What
of
a name.
stuff,
What
but
a
if you
screen
like rope,
name.
I'll bring rope.
Jeez.
So did he actually bring rope?
Hey, I'm about to put on my bra and panties. Come on in.
Oh my God.
Oh, he's coming fast.
Rob, go ahead. Chris has him.
How you doing?
All right, how are
Do
you?
you have a seat over in that chair, please?
Lord.
He says he's here to meet a girl, but he can't remember her name. And he's a little vague about her age.
Rather young.
Rather young.
Yeah, rather young.
As
I agree.
in
You're nasty.
15 or 16.
15. And how old are you?
30.
And it's okay for a 30-year-old
You could
man
be
to
her
come
daddy,
to
bro.
a home where a 15-year-old girl is alone. Why?
No, it's not okay.
During their online chat, they talked about condoms. He also said he'd bring marijuana.
Did you bring condoms with you?
No.
Not in your car?
No.
Did you bring marijuana?
No.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
But is he
I
telling
wonder
the
if
truth?
he's being cautious.
We'll find out later
Yeah.
when police search his car. But now he does admit to bringing one thing.
Did you bring rope with you tonight?
I have rope in my car.
You have rope in your car.
Yes, for my
Look at
job.
that face.
You talk about using
He
the rope
is-
in various sex acts with this 15-year-old girl. What would have
I
happened?
keep overphrasing
if
this,
a
but deer caught in
15-year-old girl was
headlights,
here
and he
I
knows.
wasn't?
Same thing that's happening now, just talking.
Do you see why that's very
Yeah, wow.
difficult for me to believe, based on this chat?
Yes, I do. That's the guy's honest truth, though.
But why should I believe that?
Because I have a 6-year-old daughter that I'm trying to
Oh,
see.
gross.
You have a 6-year-old daughter. How would you feel if a stranger came into your home?
I'd hate it. I'd hate it.
So why then is it okay for you to come into this home where you thought a girl was alone?
Bad judgment.
There seems
Bad
to be
everything.
a lot of bad judgment in the air.
Said he's making the turn. He's nervous. He's about to call out.
But why are they taking photos of the video
You
camera?
heard, put the cell phone on.
Or,
Awesome.
like, the
Back away.
footage.
He's opening the door. He's in the laundry room.
Oh.
Lenny?
Here comes 22-year-old Elias Balon, screen name Daytona 02, a small business owner. He's been chatting online with a girl posing as a 14-year-old named Lainey. She asks him if he'll bring her vodka and let her drive his car.
What?
He says, "Whatever you want, sweetie." And when Lainey tells him her bedroom is hot, he types, "You hot, mommy? Let's make love."
Ew.
It drove 2.5 hours to
Gross.
get here. It's just before 1 o'clock in the
Oh, he
morning.
looks beta as
Just sit down
fuck,
and
too.
watch TV for a little bit. I'll be
No,
right
no
out.
offense to the betas in the crowd.
Oh, I'm just changing my
Nothing
shirt
wrong with
real
that.
quick because I got chocolate on it. Just take a seat. I'll be right there.
Oh,
I made you some
brought
cookies.
it.
Did you bring me my drinks?
Can you come out?
Yeah, I'll be right there. I just gotta change.
He knows
Do me a
something's
favor and
up.
come on in. Will you bring your stuff in?
It looks as if Daytona 02 has come bearing gifts.
What have we got here?
A rose.
A rose? What about condoms? Did you bring condoms?
Yes, sir.
You did. Why don't you put those on the table?
No, I said I carried them.
So you brought a rose, alcohol, and
Didn't
some
even
condoms.
bring a full bottle. What a
What
bitch.
does that add up to?
I know, sir.
Then he reveals something we didn't know.
I knew if something would happen like this, I would get in trouble because I'm married.
You're married.
And he's
Yes, sir.
married.
That's not what you said in the chat.
No, I didn't say that.
Lord have
I didn't-
mercy.
No, but I'm married.
You are married.
Yes, sir. But I really love her. The thing is that they thinks that we don't get along sometimes.
Now, what do you think
So
she
you
would
chat
say
up
if she
underage
knew that you were
girls?
coming here to have sex with a 14-year-old girl?
She will kill me. I don't want to think about it.
Yup. Yup.
Yes, sir. I will get a divorce. Her dad has 10 brothers.
10 brothers.
They will kill me.
So I'll be looking for you.
He's like, just send me to prison.
Oh, jeez.
Daytona 02 says he knew he was taking a big risk and worried this might be a setup.
I think
You
he
say this
knew
might
once
be a
he got
trap.
into the house and
I've
she
seen
was
that on TV.
and she was talking from like a distance.
What did you see on TV exactly?
Well, in the news actually, because the people get like arrested because of chatting like with underage girls.
Right. So you saw it on Dateline NBC?
Yeah, news.
His poor wife.
I didn't. Oh my God! I didn't think I was gonna happen.
He still doesn't
Can you
appear to know
imagine
he's
seeing this
landed
on
in the
TV
middle
one
of
night?
a
You're like,
Dateline
what?
investigation, but he'll find out a little later.
Okay, he's in the driveway. Battle station. Coming in. Everybody.
It's Lee Greer 74, our 1 o'clock.
Seriously, the sound effects
Now,
in
here
this
comes
video.
another married man. He's 31-year-old Lee Greer, screen name Lee Greer 74. He's away from home on business, and he's been chatting online with a 13-year-old. At least that's what the decoy told him. He sends her a picture of his penis and then types, "You will get to see the real thing, you know, in person."
He's on the back door.
Was it a pud or something? Because I can't see him having a big penis.
Often, perverted justice decoys will ask a man to bring something specific, like food or alcohol.
Ask if he brought them lunch and booze.
Did you bring the food?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Law enforcement says it helps show intent because a potential
there's
predator
clear
is
intent.
bringing items that he talked about online in the same conversation he's talking about sex.
What did you bring?
Double cheeseburgers with no pickles.
Awesome.
No pickles?
I made chocolate chip cookies too, but I actually just got some on my shirt, so I'm just gonna change my shirt real quick.
All right, I got some fries, but the fries might be cold. It took me a little while to find this place.
You can just take a seat. I'll be right there.
Okay.
So no cookies for you?
I can't.
What's going on?
Oh, Charles Lee LUV, I love you, man. If you're watching
you?
this.
Lee.
And Lee, what are you doing here?
Come to visit a friend off the net, I thought.
At first, he
friend
tells
off
me
the
the
net.
friend he came to see was 18 or older, but then changes his story.
So why don't you start over again and tell me how old did she say she was in the conversation?
13.
How old are you?
Ew.
Too old.
Too old? That's right.
31.
31.
Yes, sir.
Another one that could
And
be her
you thought
father.
it was okay for a 31-year-old man to come to a home where a
sir.
13-year-old girl was alone because why exactly?
I didn't.
Then why did you do it?
Stupidity.
Stupidity.
Honestly.
Oh, at least he admits he's a dumb fuck.
I was
Yeah, you're a dumb fuck.
pure stupidity.
Yep.
You sent her that picture.
Yes,
Oh, Lord.
and I
He's
told her
showing
the
his
dirty
wiener.
pictures, and she wanted to see them, so I showed them.
Wow.
So because a 13-year-old girl says it's okay for you to do it.
No, it's not, sir. No, sir.
I don't
Are you
think they
married?
ask for this
Yes, sir.
stuff.
How's this going to go over at home?
Not good. I'd really, really, really like for it not to go home. Really,
Oh, well,
sir.
it's on TV now,
What do
bro.
you think should happen to you, Lee?
Honestly, I'd like to be able to just go back to work. And
Just go
forget-
back to work. Just walk, get up and grab a cookie
I'm
and
not
walk
saying
on out
that,
of here.
I'm not saying what I've done was right because I know it's wrong. I'm admitting to you that it is wrong.
You're nasty.
So we're all square, even Steven, and you should just get up and walk out of here.
I don't know what to tell you, honestly.
Well, there's a few things that you need to know.
As we told you before, he won't get off that easy.
Everything that you've done since you pulled up here has been recorded on camera.
Oh, Lord.
Neither will the next potential predators you're about to meet.
What?
Where are you?
Coming up, he's
Okay, we'll skip ahead a little bit. All right.
During our undercover investigation here in Fort Myers, Florida, there's been a steady stream
of
of
them look
potential
like
predators arriving to keep their
like
dates with
loners
someone who
type
told them
style
they were a
people,
young
you
teen.
know?
There we go. Now we're back.
10 men the first day
A lot of them
and
don't look
11
like they're
men on the
popular
second
in
day.
their-
And
their
there's still one more day
real
to go.
life.
Approaching the back door. He's coming through.
Oh, yeah, he approaches
Some
the back
come
door.
looking not for girls, but for boys. Meet 23-year-old
Nope.
Ryan McIntosh.
Just saying, I love the gays. I do. But when an opportunity strikes, I gotta make the joke. I have utmost respect for the gay community, so I apologize if that was offensive, but come on, it was funny.
Screen name QX4Boy19. He owns a high-end dog boutique. He's here to meet a boy who
Yes!
told him online he was 14. The
But he's
decoy
still a
says,
pervert.
"You won't tell anyone I'm gay, will you?" And QX4Boy19 replies,
so
"If you
sad.
don't tell anybody you blanked my blank."
Oh, geez.
Dell from Perverted Justice,
That's
playing
so
the
sad.
male decoy, invites
At
him
the
in.
same time, like, that's so sad at the same time that, oh, you don't tell anybody I'm gay. In well, I guess this wasn't 2022, so maybe it's got to be around 2006, I think I said before, or 5, somewhere around there. It's still sad. I feel bad for that joke. But it was funny, I'm sorry.
Scoots behind the door before he sees her.
Well, watch TV or something. I'll be right back out, all right?
All right. Why don't you make yourself at home here? Have a seat.
Uh-oh.
What's going on?
Not much, how are you?
Like many other men caught in our investigations, QX4Boy19 insists he didn't come here for sex with a young teen.
I was just going over to hang out, and I felt like I'd be more big brother more than anything. I do
Big
know.
brother.
Yeah,
So you're coming over to be a mentor.
I don't know about that,
In a
sir.
way, yes. And I'm sure you've heard that 20 billion times.
20 billion and one, counting to 9.
I had no intention of having sex with him tonight.
What were you going to do?
Just hang out.
But his chat log doesn't make it
Yeah,
sound
that's
like
sus.
he was just here to hang
Like,
out.
bruh, really?
You talk about penis size, whether he's got pubic hair. You say you're horny. You say you're masturbating while you're talking to him.
Ew.
You talk about hooking up, and you say, if you don't tell anybody, you my
Dang.
Said that?
You
say,
sure
I don't want
did.
to go to jail. Do you recall that conversation?
I'm sure I did say that.
I mean, the issue here is not.
I mean,
gay or
he's not an
straight.
ugly man. I'm sure,
The
like,
into
lots of
here is
dudes would be into
adult
him.
child. In the mentoring conversation that you're saying to me that you were going to have tonight with the 14-year-old, that's not what
Well, I
you were
didn't really
saying.
necessarily have that
I mean, the other ones can,
I was going to
I
just
don't know,
come
they
out
looked
and
weird.
hang out and see what he's like.
QX for Boy 19 sits and talks to me for more than 10 minutes. Then amazingly, when I start to tell him who I am,
well, I got to tell you,
he already knows.
I know. And you know.
Oh, he knows.
Have you seen the previous stories? You have.
Oh,
And as
Lord
you'll
have
hear
mercy.
later, the possibility of walking into a Dateline investigation wasn't enough to stop him. Here comes another man who's seen our previous broadcasts.
He's in the laundry room. He's in the kitchen, coming towards the living room.
His name is Charles Lee. He's been chatting online in an AOL gay chat room with a boy posing as a 14-year-old.
Oh, they
it takes
did
him less
AOL
than
too.
7 minutes to ask the
AOL.
boy if he wants oral sex. The decoy says, okay, cool. And a few hours later, he's walking into our living room.
I'm finishing it right. Hang on
Like,
to
look,
it,
he
okay?
looks...
Yeah.
He looks
So
like he's gonna
you're
kill
huh?
somebody.
Yeah.
So what were you so pumped for?
Jeez.
No, not too much.
You have a seat right on the
Busted.
stool there.
Yeah, he looks like he's gonna kill him.
What you doing here?
He invited me over.
Who is he?
Tony.
Tony.
Yeah.
And how old is Tony?
14.
What was your plan here
14. How old is he?
with this
I forget.
14-year-old boy?
I mean, we talked about sex and stuff like that, and then.
You sure did.
Dang.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I got 2 kids of my own. We can hang out and stuff.
And how old are your kids?
My son is 19 and my daughter's 15.
So your daughter is 1 year older
Oh
than
my
the boy you were
God.
coming to visit tonight. Now, how would you feel if your daughter, at the age of 15, was home alone and a man came to visit her?
Honestly, terrible.
Yeah.
You know.
And so why is it okay for you?
It's not. You're
Oh.
absolutely
here.
right.
I feel like, and I feel bad. I feel really bad, but they have to do a lot of closeted shit. Like a lot of closeted shit, it seems. And I feel bad for that. Like, you shouldn't have to oppress who you are in society. No matter what kind of belief anybody has, you should be able to be yourself. Other than, you know, a predator like these people are. But I feel bad in a way. Like, a lot of them just do things in secret. This guy may be married, who knows? I don't know, but they have to hide and have somebody as their beard, I guess. I don't know. It's sad. Really sad.
Honestly, it's not. You know, but I was not even set the sex aside.
He says he knows it looks bad, but he really wanted to be a father figure to the boy who told him he didn't have a dad. But if that's so, why did he tell the boy he was 20 years old when he's really 40?
He's
Why try to
40?
be a father figure to this kid, as you have suggested to me you were trying to do? Why would you tell him you were
That's
20
nasty.
and much closer to his age?
Right. That's
It
a
would seem
mistake.
as though somebody would do that if, in
Exactly,
fact,
and
they
see,
wanted the
that's-
target
Exactly.
to think they
I
were younger
understand
and be
that.
comfortable to have sex.
I understand. I understand what you're coming from.
He also understands something else.
As you sit here today, based on this chat, based
Screwing
upon
up.
your arrival here, you are every parent's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Exactly. I understand what you're saying. You're right. I guarantee it's never going to happen again.
Oh, it's gonna happen
He's coming
again.
in.
If
Walk in.
I feel
And
like
there's
it.
still another man who comes to the house claiming he's really here to help.
Bottom step in the laundry room.
Where are you? I'm right here. I got fish and change. I'll be right there.
He's 61-year-old
Oh, I
Thomas
thought they were gonna go
Campbell,
somewhere else.
J1H 3120. He's been chatting online with a decoy posing as a 14-year-old. He graphically describes how he likes to give oral sex to young men. The decoy asks, "Is that like your favorite to do?" And J1H 3120 says, "Yep." And from what most say, it's the best they've had.
What?
Where you at?
I'm right here. I just got a fish and change. Sorry, man. Didn't mean to confuse you.
Moving pretty quick there. Why don't you have a seat right over there?
Okay.
At
Wow.
the stool. Where were you headed there?
Huh?
Where were you headed just
talk with
Just talk with who?
Tony.
Online, he lists
he's the
his
same
age
name.
as being in his 40s. At first,
That
he
is
tells
not a
me he's
40-year-old
only
man.
49. Later, we learn the truth.
I'm 61.
You're 61, so you're not in your 40s. Like no.
The man starts to have a bit of an asthma attack.
Jeez.
Just relax.
He uses his inhaler and says he's fine. Then he tells me he had a tough time growing up gay and wanted to help the young
that's
boy
sad.
he
That
expected
really
to
is
be
sad,
here.
but you don't need to be a predator.
It's not really the shameful situation that it was when I was younger.
So you were here to mentor this boy?
If I could, yeah. If I could, you know, I don't mind helping.
And did that mentoring process
I don't
include
know.
having
That's,
sex with
that's
him?
sketchy. That's sketchy.
But that's not how the conversation went
no.
on the internet, is it?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Bro, you
say,
were
"I
being
loved
perverted.
a young man, deep and
What?
Oh, dang.
Okay.
Do you recall that?
Sir, you are
I
a
believe so. This was.
Well, I have
little old man. Why are you saying these things?
Yep, and from what most say, it's the best they've had. The real compliment is when they keep coming back for more. You'd absolutely
Oh my
love
God.
it. I'm in my 40s, but guarantee that I'm not some old guy wanting to perv a young boy.
No, you are.
Well, the reality is that you are older. And what's going on here
and
seems
you're-
pretty pervy.
You're a pervert.
doesn't it?
Yes. Call him
A
out, Chris.
total of 24 men show up at the house, are arrested, and thrown in
That guy's
jail.
scum.
But first, they'll find out they're going
That
to
was
be
the one
on
that brought his
national
kid, remember?
television.
We'd like to hear it. If not,
Coming up,
Let's see. Gonna fast forward, fast forward. Okay.
Our door range in age from 20 to 61 and come from very
61,
different
holy
backgrounds.
shit.
But most of them say almost the same thing when I confront them.
so this is the first time you've ever done something like this?
Oh, yeah.
This is my first time.
This is my first one. She's the first person I ever considered meeting.
I never done this. Like,
That's a lie.
You know,
All
I
of you.
hear that from
I wonder how
virtually
many of
every
them.
person.
So I wonder how many of them, though, it was actually their first time, and that would suck because, like, if it was their first time, and obviously it's a fuck up, and you shouldn't be doing this, but that excuse has been overused so many times by these perverts. I don't know, and then they're just like, oh shit, now I'm just looking like one of them, which they are.
Who's walked into this house?
Never have.
Never have I met anyone underage.
That's a lie.
I will swear on my mother's grave, never.
And there's something else I hear over and over.
Did you bring condoms today?
I always carry them on me.
Did you bring condoms with you?
Always keep condoms with me. I have them, yeah. I always carry them.
I just carry everywhere with me.
There's some in the car.
Just happened to be some in the glove box.
No, I always have condoms anywhere I go.
I
The
mean,
person
good if
has to
they
be an
do
idiot
and they're
not
being
to,
safe, but
because of diseases.
While most
They're
are
being
willing to
safe
talk
with,
when they don't know they're being recorded on
nasty
hidden
things.
camera.
Ugh.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story about adults meeting teens on the internet.
And just like this
Yep.
man, a mental health counselor for teenagers,
Oh my
when the cameras
God.
come out,
Mental health
potential
counselor
predators
and for
often scurry.
teenagers?
I'm not going to be on TV.
You're obviously free to walk right out of the door that you came in.
I would like to walk out.
I still want my face to be seen.
And he's not the only one. Remember the married man who said his wife would kill him if she knew what he was up to?
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. If there's
Yeah,
anything
oh
else
shit,
you'd like to
indeed,
tell
bro.
us, we'd like to hear it.
I just made a mistake. And I won't do it again. For sure.
And then there were the men who had already seen some of our Dateline computer predator investigations.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
I know.
You know. Have you seen the previous stories? You have. And what was your impression of the earlier stories?
Nothing, they were very good coverage.
Good coverage.
They were good coverage. I seen one previous maybe a month ago.
Okay. And that didn't make you think twice about coming over
Yeah,
here to meet
what?
a 14-year-old?
No.
No, of course
I wasn't
not.
coming over to have sex with him tonight.
Lies.
Or do anything with him. I was just coming to talk to him.
And because he's seen a previous broadcast, he remembers what happens next.
I'm walking out and they're going to cops will be out there.
That's not up to me.
No, yeah.
That's a yes.
Okay.
Yep. He's like, all right.
And just as
Gonna
he
crack my
suspected,
fingers
the police are waiting
and
to
just
arrest
go
him.
out calmly. There you go.
Here's another man, Dallas Lee, who saw one of our
That
broadcasts
one looks like he
and
can
still
kill
showed
people
up.
or something.
He came to meet
I
a
don't know.
boy posing as a 14-year-old.
How old is Tony? You ever watch Dateline NBC?
Sometimes, yes, I've seen that.
You've seen the computer predator stories?
Yeah.
Well, this is one of them.
Lovely.
Yeah,
and there's
lovely
more
indeed.
bad news for him when he gets outside. An officer wearing a type of camouflage to hide in the bushes jumps out and arrests him.
Police officer on the ground! On the ground!
Oh my god. He got arrested by somebody who looks like Oscar the Grouch on a bad day. Holy shit.
As soon as
That
the
sucks,
men leave
but
our house,
it's funny at the
police
same
work
time.
quickly and sometimes aggressively, taking the suspects down to the ground. That's because in Florida, it's relatively easy to get a permit to carry a concealed weapon. So these officers aren't taking any chances.
Anybody get hurt in the takedowns?
No, 24 people and no one was injured. All the officers are safe.
Let me see your hand. Oh, Lord.
As a man is being arrested, an unmarked police vehicle moves into position.
Holy shit, they are
The
just
suspect
extra.
is put into a car and taken to a transfer station. This is the married man, Lee Greer, who hoped his wife would never know that he showed up for a date with a girl who told him she was 13.
How's this going to go over at home?
I'd really like for it not to go home.
Well, it's going to.
Oh my God, we coming. I'm from Arkansas.
Arkansas?
You on vacation or something? No, I'm down here working.
His picture is taken.
Holy shit.
And
So
when the police search his rental car,
his wife's at home in Arkansas, probably taking care of his kids or some shit, and he's here trying to ditto like young kid. Well, not young kids, but young enough. Oh Lord.
they start collecting evidence.
This is supposed to bring condoms, booze, and lunch. He's coming around back.
And remember that man, Kenneth Fortin, who online asked a girl claiming to be 15 if he could tie her up? Look what the police find.
I love how
in
they
his
nonchalantly
car.
walk in. Oh my god. No.
He did admit to me that he had rope in his car, but he denied bringing anything else.
Did you bring condoms with you?
No.
No.
Did they find any?
Not in your car?
No.
Did you bring marijuana?
No.
Are you sure?
Oh god, if he did in
Turns
Florida.
out he wasn't telling me the truth.
You think any narcotics on you, sir?
The police find the marijuana
What do you got going? No, but a weed.
and a box of condoms.
Oh boy.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
All of the 24 men who were arrested outside our house were charged with felonies, attempted
Oh,
lewd
they
and
didn't have to
lascivious
do
behavior
that.
with
I mean,
a
he's
minor
like-
and attempting to solicit a child over the internet.
David Schumacher.
They all went before a judge and bail was set.
Go look at our friend
Probable
here.
cause on all the charges. There's a
Role-playing chat room.
$50,000 bond.
Many
Three
say they are
words, remember?
innocent, but they will have to wait to be arraigned before they can plead not guilty, including the next man you're about to meet. Online, he's very clear about what he wants to do with the underage girl, and what he does when he shows up will be hard for you to believe.
You want to explain
There's
yourself?
some random noise outside.
Grab that towel right there.
Oh,
please.
this guy.
Wrap it around
I
yourself.
forgot about him.
And please sit in that stool.
It was also hard for office.
Let's see.
Okay, I'll see you soon then, okay?
A perverted justice decoy is playing the part of a 14-year-old named Cindy. She's talking to this man, Marvin Lachan, screen name Crazy Trini 85. They met in an online chat room. Cindy tells him she's a virgin, and he sends her a picture of his genitals.
Oh my
Crazy
God.
Trini 85 asks her if she'll try anal sex and adds, it's better than regular sex. Then he asks her if she has a jacuzzi.
I'm a you in there. And on your mom's bed?
Why not my bed?
That too. I'm a in every room, so no matter where you go, you'll remember me.
Ew.
Jeez.
Next, he asks her if she has any pets. Cindy says
Oh,
she has a male
no.
cat, and you won't believe what Crazy Trini 85 asks next.
You know what would be a huge turn on for me?
Oh god.
He wants to watch her perform a sex act on a
No,
cat.
not the kitty.
He says people do it all
Not
the
the
time.
kitty.
They discuss it further on the phone, where he tells her they'll need Cool Whip.
What?
The decoy says
No.
she'll try it if he's willing to strip off all his clothes and walk into her house naked.
That's
That
him
makes
right
me
there.
a sad kitty.
As we told you before, according to law enforcement, asking a suspect to bring or do something specific demonstrates intent.
There's like a green thing over the back door.
The decoy keeps talking to him as he walks up the driveway.
I'm gonna find my cat quick, okay? Just strip in there and I'll be out with the cat.
Oh
All
my
right?
god.
He's coming around.
Okay, yeah, just like whatever you want. I guess totally naked, because that was
This is like complete trolling too. Like complete trolling of them.
the deal, right?
This is a man who apparently sticks to a deal.
What?
He walks in the back door, takes off all his clothes in the
Oh.
laundry room, and goes in search of the decoy.
Where are you?
Oh, God.
Why just take a seat?
Oh, my
Have a
God.
cookie. I made that because they'll go with the Cool Whip.
Why?
It's kind of a little surprise.
You want to explain yourself?
Oh!
Grab that towel right there, please.
They had a towel for
Wrap it
him
around
just in
yourself.
case.
And please sit in that stool.
What
are you doing?
Making a
He got the
mistake.
Cool Whip
Making a
right there.
mistake. What is
He's
going
not a
on?
hideous man. I'm sure he could. He's not a hideous man. I'm sure he could get, like, you know, ladies his own age. What the fuck?
You don't know.
I guess to manipulate or something.
Now, what do
'cause
you think would have happened, Mark?
what grown
Had I
woman
not
would
been
want to do
here
that to a poor
And
kitty?
had there actually been a 14-year-old girl in that next room, what would have happened after you walked in there naked?
Something probably would have happened.
Something like what?
Something along sexual lines.
Like you would have had sex with a 14-year-old girl?
I'm not sure if
And
I
her
would have done
kitty.
that, but
You nasty.
Marvin, you're naked.
I
Wow.
wouldn't have gone all the way. I wasn't going.
You
Lies.
went all the way when you took your clothes off, just about.
You are naked,
Then I
sir.
ask him about the plans he talked about online for the cat.
You know what would be a huge turn on for me? What? Watching you blank him, meaning the cat.
No.
She says, I don't think I want to blank the cat.
Dang.
Would you, for me, you're going to make this 14-year-old girl perform a sex act on a cat?
No. Not the kitty.
Was that your plan?
It really wasn't.
Well, why did you
Lies.
say it then?
I was just messing around with it. I wasn't.
You're just
really
messing
serious.
around.
I really wasn't serious about the cat.
You gave her instructions about using Cool Whip.
And then you brought Cool Whip.
Very specific instructions.
Oh, God.
I mean, I can only imagine what would have been going on in this house had I not been here.
He's like, oh, boy.
Am I wrong to think that?
No, you're not.
So what's
He's
going to
like,
be
how am I
happening
gonna
if
get
I'm not
myself
here?
out of this?
You're naked. There's a 14-year-old girl. You're chasing a cat around. You've got Cool
I
Whip.
forget. Did he?
And you want this girl
Did
to
he go
do
out naked?
some sex act with the cat, and then you'll have sex with her. Is that accurate? Yes.
Then Crazy Trini 85 asks for some water.
Some water?
Yes, please.
I saw that running around naked got you pretty dried out then, huh?
Oh, God, his ass is sticking out. Gotta Lysol that chair.
Have you ever met any young girls online?
Lies.
First time.
Yeah, this is the first time.
That's not the
which
first time. You
never
were very
happened. I can
comfortable.
tell you that for
The
now.
nearly naked man starts laughing.
So it's funny.
No, I'm just thinking it to myself that this would never happen again.
Oh, he's nervous.
This is something, no. This is not right.
So you're promising me right now that you'll never
I'm promising myself that I'm not.
hook up with a 14-year-old girl online, tell her to have sex with a cat, and walk into her house naked?
Not even under 19. No. I'm promising that to myself, not even to you. This is not good.
Now he's about to find out that he just made that promise on national television.
Boy,
Well,
here
there's
we
something
go.
else you need to know. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on
It
adults,
just pops out. It just
try to
pops out of
meet.
nowhere.
teens online.
Yes, sir.
Now, if there's
Here
anything
we
else
go.
you'd like to say about this predicament you're now in, we'd love to hear it.
Just trust me, it'll never happen again.
And if there's nothing else you have to say, then you're free to walk out that door where you stripped naked and walked in. You can keep the towel.
I'll just leave it in the laundry room.
That's fine.
Oh, okay,
Once
he's
he gets his
closed.
clothes back on, he walks outside and is arrested by that camouflaged
Oh, he can't
officer.
run in those.
Dang.
Well, that was a good takedown.
He's taken to the transfer station and searched.
Where your legs? Where do you live at? In Florida. On your own business or what?
No, just being stupid.
Just being stupid. Yeah.
Sure are.
He's photographed and then taken to jail.
This is the person apparently walked into the room naked.
The next day, he's brought before a judge and bail is set.
That does come out to $50,000, and that's all for today.
Thank you, Judge. So what's next for these men? Find out when we come back. Chris Hansen joins us.
Oh, let's see.
Chris Hansen joins us now. Chris, these investigations this month have just drawn a huge response, thousands and thousands of emails. And one question we're consistently hearing is, why are all of these suspected predators men? Not a single woman. Is there a reason for that?
We just haven't seen any women in our investigations. The experts say that there are women predators. They just go after kids they know. They're more comfortable with that. Male predators, like
teachers,
the anonymity and the other
There's
accessibility
a lot of female
offered by the
teachers.
internet.
You know, we've heard some other viewers say that they think someone in their community may be a predator, don't know what to do. What can you tell them?
Don't try and do a sting operation by yourself. The FBI office locally, the police, sheriff's department, they're all very receptive to this kind of crime, and they'll do something about it.
Are there other options? I mean, short of jail? And what about treatment for some of these?
Prison and punishment is critical, Stone, but the
internet use
to install. So that was a good video. It's just they were just going into other details, and it's not really important because we wanted to see the actual people. So yes, that was my second part of the Fort Myers sting, and we saw some people, didn't we? Some crazy people, some weirdness, and a lot of gross shit. Anyway, this is the Anxious Gamer Gal, and stay tuned for the next one. I'm not sure which one I want to do next. If there's any one in particular you want me to look at like first before anything else, that's cool too. Just let me know down below in the comments. And thank you for being patient with me. I have not been feeling too great, but I wanted to push something out for you guys because, you know, you're my people. So I will see you again, hopefully sooner than later. And yeah, if you're having a good day, evening, or night, wherever you are, keep enjoying it, and I'll see you then, okay? Bye.